Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, it's the year 2024. We are moving up into the 21st century very, very fast. Very fast. So, Real Talk is live. On Synergy Network. Call your friends, call your family, let them know we are live. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, as I said on previous shows, that 2024, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, being the #1 current affairs program, we're going to demand from ministers now, because this is the year that we are going to bully the ministers and them into getting what we want done in Trinidad and Tobago. Why do I use the word bully? We are demanding you. I'm not going to ask anymore. I am demanding from you. You see how a bully is operating in school? That, hey, give me your money and I need your money. You don't want your money more than me. You understand? This kind of mentality now we have to adapt in 2024 to get ministers in Trinidad and Tobago active. We're going to start it right here on Real Talk, viewers. Like I said, I am not going to ask anymore. I am going to demand. I am not going to apologize for using the word bully. Because when the Prime Minister come and said, I am the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, and if I say I'm doing this, I am doing that. That's the Prime Minister method. We're going to use the same method on ministers in the present administration that is governing Trinidad and Tobago. So now viewers, in the year 2022 and the year 2023, I told you all to call in the program, highlight issues that you all want fixed in your community. So as of tonight, Trinidad and Tobago, feel free to call in. You did it in 21, you did it in 22, you did it in 23. And because of the fact that you calling in to us and highlighting issues, we were able to stretch the issues. We were able to pounce on the issues. We were able to demand ministers last year to get things done for you and in your community. So 2024, I want you to do the same thing. It doesn't matter where in Trinidad you are from. As long as you're viewing Real Talk and you could get onto our phone, call us. 238-6716 is our number to call in. Our numbers are on screen, viewers. Mute your phone when you're calling. Let me tell you something. It's a demanding year. We want a change from the ministries and we need it now. We don't need it last year, We need it next year, We need it now. Now, we need it. So feel free to call in, viewers. Grab our phone, 238-6716. I am here to listen to you and I am here to demand from the administration what you want in your community. Now, saying that, I just want to remind you, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash is not a problem, viewers. It's not a problem. Contact me. Our office numbers will be on screen shortly. Contact our office. Set up an appointment, come down, meet with us. As long as you have collateral, house, land, gold, vehicle, cash is not a problem. As long as Real Talk could hold it, we will try to finance you to meet your needs. So now Trinidad and Tobago, as we start our program, we are offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Let me tell you something. You can start a fixed deposit with as small as 20,000. 20,000 for 5 years. I used to break it down at 100,000 for you. For 5 years, it's $20,000 interest at the end of 5 years. Nowhere in Trinidad you could get that. But some of you feel you have to have $100,000. No, you don't need $100,000 to start. You could start from as low as $20,000 on a fixed deposit for 5 years. It's the highest interest rate. And a lot of people have $20,000 or $10,000 saving in a financial institute somewhere in Trinidad and you're not getting nothing. You're not getting nothing. You could start with $20,000, go up and earn interest. Now remember, viewers, we are the #1 financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 4% on fixed deposit. Remember that. You want to make an investment, $20,000 for 5 years on a fixed deposit, and you're making money. Remember, this is money you're not touching, This is money you set aside. So if you feel you don't have $100,000 and you can't set up that amount for your grandson, you could still put $20,000. You could do that and bless them with something. Saving is planning for the future. Remember that. Remember that. So viewers, as we start our program tonight, the state funeral for former Prime Minister Basdeo Pandey will be held on Tuesday, the 9th of January 2024 at the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts, that's SAPA in San Fernando. However, no time has yet been agreed upon for the start of the service. Pandey's body arrived yesterday at the Piarco International Airport, accompanied by his wife Oma and daughter Michaela, and officials of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force bearing party received the body of the former Prime Minister and his family at the airport. The national flag was placed on the casket, which was then taken to the hearse. Speaking to the media prior to the body arrival, Pandey's brother Subhash could not yet reveal which funeral house was chosen, as he states that it would be the decision of his brother's wife and children. He also said, while several Hindu pundits have offered their service for the funeral, the family is yet to decide on who will have that duty. Pandey's funeral will also be the first state funeral done under Hindu rites in this country's history. There's always a start and there's always a first time for something, for an individual. Nevertheless, Pandey was a hero in Trinidad and Tobago. He is the former and founder of the UNC. Whatever riff gone by, time pass, time will tell. Moving along, viewers. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali has hit back at Integrity Commission Chairman Rajendra Ramlogan's complaint over reduced funding for the Commission's work. Rowley's response came after a media release from the Commission which states that it was constrained to initiate proceedings in the High Court on December 28th to determine the intent and meaning of the relevant provision for the Integrity in Public Life Act, as it lamented as 58 million decreased in allocation. $58 million, a decrease in allocation for the 2012 to 2014 term. Imagine that, eh? Look at money decrease. It says, despite constant plea during its tenure, the budgetary allocation for the 17th Commission were the least in 15 years. In a Facebook post, the PM said he saw the recent release from the Commission's chairman, Ramlogans, the tenor of which suggested an underfunded commission. So we have an underfunded commission taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. However, in response to Rowley's statement, Ramlogan denied issues in any media release specifically on funding. Ramlogan stated that it is in his view that in a democracy or in a democratic society, there is a right to hold views on the actions of others, and it is not for him to speculate on what anyone, including the Prime Minister, would be thinking at any given time. So remember that, viewers, this is public knowledge, right? This is public knowledge. So I just want to remind you, viewers, our Friday night show has changed. You'll be chilling in the backyard with Saeed, in the car park, in front of our building, while we have a little cook. You see, I'm going to tell you something. Presently, there is chaos in Trinidad and Tobago. Whether we choose to believe it or not, whether ministers want to believe it or not, we run the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago where we deal with the issues. And there is issues after issues after issues right here in Trinidad and Tobago. But sometimes we forget ourselves. We forget our culture. We forget how to enjoy ourselves. Presently, we are afraid to come out of our houses. Presently, we are afraid to walk with our purse on the streets because it could be snatched. We are afraid to walk with our chain because as small as it is, someone wants to raff it off our neck. We are fearful of walking with more than $1,000 in our handbag and pocket because we are fearful of being robbed. This is the society we have created among ourselves. Is our country safe in 2024? No, our Prime Minister said it's going to be risky. It's going to be risky. So what Real Talk decided to do now, we decided on our Friday night we're going to have a cookout. We are going live on television from 7 to 8 p.m. Remember, we pay for that airtime. So what we do is our business. But we do something to entertain you, to bring back the weekend spice, the Friday night lime. You know, when you want to go out and lime in a bar, and you want to go on the avenue, and you want to go south, and you want to go Port of Spain, sometimes you might end up in problems in liming. So what we're trying to do on Real Talk on a Friday night is to have a little cookout. We will have different people coming in, we might have a little singing, we might have a little calypso, a little chutney, a little spread pal, you know, while we go have a little duck and provision, a little chatak matak mother-in-law, a little, you know, something taking place, but we're spicing up on a Friday night. We're doing things different. So in 2024, every Friday, we will have some artist in Trinidad, somebody cooking on Real Talk. We're doing it different. You know what? We don't beg for sponsors, you know. But if there's a product that you want to advertise, feel free to contact us. But nevertheless, tomorrow that there's some duck and yam or duck and bus up shot or dal puri or something, you know. We organize in the kitchen. Don't up all ahead. We're changing up things. Now, we're going to Fitzgerald Hines. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines have admitted more must be done to fight gun violence. How are we going to do more to fight gun violence? So Fitzgerald Hines, I always say, random raids in the community. Don't just come out and brag and blah 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 blah. No, it's not making sense on a platform. We have Ola Christopher, who's over 60. She needs to go home and play with grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. The first 100 days in your service, you get absolutely nothing for Trinidad and Tobago. It's not like this is the first time you're in the police force. You're in the police force about 40 years now. Just saying. And no planned structure for your first 100 days to fight crime in Trinidad and Tobago. I keep telling you, Mr. Hines, random raids in the community. Me asking you now, you know. I telling you, you know. Let me tell you, see 2023 and 2022, you want to be illiterate? All well and good. You see, come 2024, let me tell you something. Take your tail. They say, they put your tail between your leg, remove your tail from between your leg. Stand firm on your foot and get your act together. Get your brainwaves thinking, and you see the sleep away in Parliament. Forget that. Forget that. We're not going with that in 2024. Buck up on yourself, Hines, because I said bucking up in 2024 and are demanding from all you know. Hey, watch out, you're going to see something. So Trinidad and Tobago, what I need you to do now, I need you to start calling the program. Tell us what you want done in what community, and let me see if we could start sticking some police in the butt now so they could come off the chair that they sit down in. Start sticking some ministers now, you know, so they could walk down the road quick. And have meetings, have discussions. 2024 is a year of change, you know. You see how I start off? Rigid. As the whole of 2024, I will be like this. So Hines said now, the police service has very active gun retrieval program that has taken thousands of guns off the streets. The minister added that prior to 2018, in the last 3 to 4 years, ammunition were not so prevalent in society. Hines, that is what you tell yourself. That is what you tell yourself. As they were in the hands of law enforcement. But now, they are available to criminals Heinz, catch yourself. Catch your bloody self. The 2024. Listen to this.
Are not as solid and incursion proof as they should be, and that's a work in progress. We are purchasing vessels, repairing them, trying to improve our borders, because like other countries in the region, we have this issue of illegal guns, lots of them from the United States, quite legal and traded there, and then they come illegally into our space. And yes, the police has a very active unit and units and a gun retrieval program, and yes, they have been taking thousands of guns off of the streets, but there are too many, far too many around, and then these guns are now being fed by ammunition. Prior to, I would say, 2018, in the last 3-4 years, 5.56 and 7.62 ammunition was not so prevalent in the society. Those were in the hands of law enforcement and military personnel. Now they are as available to criminals and all over the streets, so it is a matter that is under investigation.
So Heinz, forget investigations. You are the Minister of National Security. You told us it was not your job to make the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago feel safe. Let me tell you something, Heinz. Swallow back, retrieve back, and eat all them words you say now. Get your 2 foot on the ground. Go down to the Commissioner of Police. Tell her, here what's going on. Buck up on your officers. Random raids in Trinidad and Tobago. And get guns and ammunition off these streets. Heinz, let me tell you something. Don't be a 40-year-old man or a 70-year-old man with a 200-year-old brainwave in your head. Don't be a 40 or 50-year-old man with a 200-year-old brainwave in your head. Change your mentality, change your thinking, change your aspect on the look of criminal actions in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something, Heinz. If I could do it, you could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. At the end of the day, whether you work or not, you're getting your salary to go home. So here what to do. If you can't do the work in 2024, resign your gray hair tail and go home. It's simple, just as that. Because the country is bleeding, people begging, and what are you doing? You practicing to talk proper language on the stage? Get the hell off the stage, let somebody else stay in it. Watch out for a new side in 2024, you know. I'm telling all you. Now, question about public safety. With the recent surge in murder, Heinz said the level of violence prevailed in Trinidad and Tobago and noted that it is not new or revival murder numbers that happened in the past few years. Listen to Heinz.
The level of violence that prevails in Trinidad and Tobago, perpetrated by our citizens for the most part, and to a lesser extent, foreigners who come here because some have and committed serious crimes. For example, last year, we had 576 murders. And by the way, we had 2 murders on New Year's Day, a horrific start to 2024. But I want you to understand that level of violence is not new to your country. In 2014, on New Year's Day alone, we had 6 murders, unfortunately, in 2014. And in 2018, we had 4 of them. The level of violence is amazing.
Heinz, let me tell you something. You are the Minister of National Security. Don't tell me it's amazing. All of our intel unit, so all you can get information on who is the killers. And when you go on social media, you see people bragging about what they do and who do this and who do that and who do that. Let me tell you something. You're slack. You're lapsing. I tell you that on national television. Don't be amazed, because we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we are not amazed. We are not amazed. We know the minister is a lackadaisical minister in the ministry, so expect anything. So when it happens in Trinidad and Tobago, we are not amazed. You might be amazed because you ain't putting down your bloody foot that God gave you to put down on the earth and do your damn job. You ain't doing that, so it must be, oh God, it is amazing. Not a Saieed. I know you lackadaisical. I know not to expect nothing from you, and murder is rampant. So when you're talking, is totally garbage, tutu, tata. They're only wasting, all they're collecting money and doing no job. That is what all they're doing. No job. It's me and all like 2024, you know. Take what I'm telling all you. Now, Hines, he believed in the effectiveness of the system regarding gender-based violence. He stated that there is a domestic violence legislation which was improved, and his ministry constantly looked at the laws. Listen to him.
They are indeed working, but of course, these things must evolve. We learn as we proceed. We have domestic violence legislation. Up to 2011, we improved it, we strengthened it, and the process must continue. Since you have women being killed in that regard, we need to do a little more. We need to do a little more. So we constantly look at the laws, we look at the police practices, their responses to it. And I think generally the society is more sensitive to the need to protect women and children in these regards. And I'm seeing some of that, but obviously more must be done.
Now listen to Trinidad and Tobago. With young men being the main perpetrators of gun violence, he noted that $7 billion a year is being spent on education system, from early childhood through primary, secondary, and even tertiary level, saying technical, vocational, primary, and programs are available to those who are not academically inclined. Listen to this.
Your country continues to spend as much as $7 billion a year on a seamless education system from early childhood through primary, through secondary, and even tertiary level, and your society continues to do that. We have technical vocational programs for those who are not academically inclined. We have the Youth Development Ministry doing a fantastic job offering programs, entrepreneurship. We have in the Ministry of Sport, we have business opportunities, grants. There is no shortage of opportunity for young people in Trinidad and Tobago, in my honest view. Even inside of the prison, all of these programs are available to persons both on remand and convicted inmates. So the society is doing a lot. Of course, these young people are being influenced like other young people in the world. Your country.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. All you heard that. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, my friend. You're live.
Ali, you are the only person in Trinidad matching up ministers from outside. I am in my 70s going now. And let me tell you, the citizens of Trinidad, they are pleased with the work you are doing. Please keep up that work. This year, minister will bat in the crease because they fail like cats with holy water. Thank you, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, my friend. 2024, we're doing it different. It's not a year of layback anymore. It's a year of reaping the rewards, 2023, 2022. So this year, we're demanding for more. All I feel that's a bacchanal. Here, Clongenbird. Minister of Finance, Clongenbird, have stated, all I go ball, you know, all I rush to pay property tax, all I rush and sign a death warrant. All I didn't know that, I keep telling you, do not rush to pay property tax. But here it is. We're going for a commercial break. But let me tell you something. When I come back, call your friends, call your family. Because what you're going to hear from property tax, you will be amazed after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. But before I go to Clongenbert, I have Marlon Andrews. Marlon, you are failing to get in touch with my office. So because of you failing to get in touch with my office, Marlon, Trinidad and Tobago are looking for this vehicle. Are looking for this Tida. Marlon, come, you talk, wherever it is, you rant, you rave, you're gone, you never come back. I'm not on that anymore. Drop your vehicle at Real Talk Compound, or we will continue highlighting your pictures, and more of your friends and family will know that you owe in Real Talk and you refuse to pay. I have no problem highlighting your picture and your vehicle on TV. PDJ 4663. Marlon Andrews, contact my office, drop your vehicle or pay me my money. Otherwise I will do like the rest of them and highlight you. You understand? Narissa feel I forget she, but we have forget Narissa. We have forget Narissa at all. But nevertheless, so Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk have some vehicles for sale. We have a record. We get a record online. Real Talk is selling one of its record. Now, what you're seeing on TV is what you're getting, eh? That is how the record is looking. That is how the record is looking, Trinidad and Tobago.
But it takes dedication.
Look at the record.
Ambition.
I personally took a video of the record this morning. This is how the record is. Let me tell you something. When I tell you about vehicle, top of the line condition. Look at it. It is for sale. It is one of our record viewers. You can't go wrong. You're looking for a record to buy? Contact me. Also, I have a X-Trail and a Almira for sale. So Trinidad and Tobago, we will go to the address now. But nevertheless, Clongenbert, Minister of Finance, have stated that pensioners who are unable, listen good Trinidad and Tobago, pensioners who are unable to pay their property tax can have their indefinitely deferred until they die. So if you can't pay property tax as a pensioner, you could defer it until you die. But this is the catch. Trinidad and Tobago. Now when you die, whoever inherits the property will be saddled with the outstanding property tax. For example, if someone incurs an outstanding property tax of 100,000 Now listen this, listen this. My grandfather collecting pension can't pay property tax. My father collecting pension cannot pay property tax, not a problem. Call a member will defer your payments. But the day my father or grandfather died, you see, from the day property tax started in Trinidad and Tobago, until I, Saeed, inherit that property, I have to pay every single cent. Now, for example, if someone incurs outstanding property tax of $100,000, their heir would have to pay it. So if my father have a property and he can't pay property tax, he go to the government or the BIR, Board of Inland Revenue. You know what? I collect a pension, I can't pay my property tax, it deferred. Now my father make a will now that when he die, property comes down to me. If he take 10 years to die, you see that 10 years of property tax will come down to Saeed. And if I can't pay property tax, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? The government going to ring a bell on me. All I feel is joke I'm making, all I listen to this.
Let me explain the concept of deferral. If you are an elderly, financially challenged person and you can demonstrate that you cannot pay property tax of $600 a month, which I am sure many pensioners will be able to demonstrate easily, because the fact that you are on old age pension means that, or senior citizens pension as it's called now, you have to demonstrate to qualify for senior citizens pension, you have to demonstrate that you have no income. So once you're a senior citizens pensioner, you would meet the criteria of financial challenge automatically, because unless the Ministry of Social Development has not done a proper assessment of you. But the fact is that you're on disability, on public assistance, whatever you are, a social grant, automatically you have been screened and deemed that you are in an impecunious position. Therefore, personally, that would automatically get a deferral. And the deferral means that it is deferred for all time that you are in that situation. In that situation. So you're 70 years old, you're in receipt of a senior citizen's pension. One does not expect your situation to improve. You may pass away at age 75 or whatever it is, or age 80 or age 90 as the case may be. And what would happen now is the property would now be inherited by somebody else. That person may be a very wealthy lawyer, like somebody in front of me. And that person who inherits the property now will now be required to pay the tax, because they no longer are in the financially challenging situation that the pensioner was. So that the pensioner will pass on the property to a wealthy person. And that person is no longer in the situation where they could continue with the deferral. It's common sense. There's no rocket science here.
Trinidad and Tobago, all I want to rush to pay property tax. Let me tell you something. All I may be vexed with all yourself now. Caller, good night.
A pleasant good night, my lord. How are you doing, Premier?
To you, my friend, Prem.
A happy new year to you, my lord.
Same to you.
Very good. The year start of night, but it's a start of night for everybody, boy. Because we're going to face some good heat just now. Besides the heat of the sun from that Prime Minister we had it.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, take care, brother.
So Trinidad and Tobago, it's property tax. You can't pay it, your children paying it. And calling me about talk about some lawyer. Let me tell you something, I am not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. So what about those children now who inherit a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom house from their father? And the mother, both of them 60 years, 70 years collecting pension, and they can't pay it, and they live 20 years. You know what's going to happen with that son or that daughter? You inherited debt from your father. You inherited a debit from your father and your mother. Because before you get a property in your name, you have to pay your property tax. All I want to rush to go property tax, take it on all your tail. When I tell all from the beginning, I Saeed not going to pay no property tax. Let me tell you something. All I rush to go, you know why? Call me in bully the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with a legislation You know what that legislation say? If you fail to submit your property tax form, you will be charged $5,000. That is all your minister. Let me tell you something. Take all your minister now and grind him and put him in a pipe and all you smoke it and enjoy yourself. When Saieed tell all you, don't rush to go and do it. No, we be penalized by a 5,000. Come and tell me I have 5,000 to pay now. Come and tell me I have 5,000 to pay. And you will see what's going to happen. You will see what's going to happen. But you will fly out of Trinidad because you always feeling something touching you. So if you afraid, if you feel 2024, I smile with all you. Think again. How are you feeling now? Are you feeling good? Hey, watch me. I hope all you're happy. Trinidad and Tobago, I hope you all are happy. Because if I go into court, call a member going to court. Why did you go to parliament to bring a legislation to bully the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago into paying property tax? So they could get more money? To do what? To give contractors to fix road. And when the road done, it'll last in 2 months? It'll last in a year? It's like my ROC? No, boy, this year I will bully all of this year. All I want to play all of bullying, let me tell you something. As a man will start light and light. All I want to play mad, I will show you how madness is operating in Trinidad and Tobago. But hey, is a different thing, you know. Call her good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
I call you from Tunapuna.
Welcome to Tunapuna.
But here the joke that you just said. So what about if the pass on the property to someone of the family who cannot pay the property tax? Then what is the position? Are you going to forfeit the property?
BIR coming down on all you?
You can call me, but you can afford to pay the property tax. But you pass law to exempt you from paying property tax. But Saieed, let me give you a joke what happened today. This is no joke, but this is serious business. Today, I call you from Tunapuna, right? The post lady came in by me in Tunapuna. And they asked me for a certain person who happened to be my relative next door to me.
Okay.
So I tell him, I say, well, look, listen, the person is dead. It's a couple of years now, maybe about 15 or how much years now. And the son, who's not a big income earner, and he's occupying the building and whatnot and thing. It's an old upstairs house. And you know what the post lady tell me? That is today, and Saieed, God hear me as I tell you that. The person said, I said, well, look, they have the son living next door there, but it seems that though he's not there, he's going to work, and his sister living next door. If you want, you could go there and probably drop, if it's a mail or whatever. She said there is something concerning the property tax. Right? No, hear my point, you know I'm making, Saieed? That person is dead. But it seems to me that they are targeting dead people so that they could forfeit their property. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct, I understand what you're saying.
Because they could go do the research and have the information, check the register of birth and death and whatnot, and they could see, well, this person has died, so they could now come and come in and to see if they could seize the property. But what is strange about it, I live in next door, I am alive, but they have not brought any notice for me to free my property tax. So is it that they're really targeting the people who have died? Because as I say, from their records, they were the who died, right? And they are targeting these people to submit and go to them and make a request that they submit the property tax documents and whatnot. And therefore, if they cannot afford to do it, they're going to forfeit the property.
Thank you, my friend.
I have seen this as a next conmanship.
Thank you, my friend. So all I hear Trinidad and Tobago, all I hear what's taking place. Now listen this. Now listen this. Imbud added that by law, the BIR can notify taxpayers regarding the amount of property tax they are required to pay, and the Ministry Valuation Division is the sole responsible for determining the annual rental value of properties to allow the BIR to calculate the property tax. Call her good night.
Hi, it's me again here, brother. Come here. I have a big crew listening to your program now. I have Santa Cruz, Lopino, Tunapuna, right? And Valtane. These fellas them listen to your program getting bigger with me, and I send them to watch your program.
Caller, we do apologize for that, but there is some break in transmission and we are not hearing you clearly. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. All I hear it? All I hear it? So when you hear, you tell yourself that the mother and father leaving a property for the son. Let me tell you something. Just now, some children going to refuse to take properties. I'm telling you, because when you tell yourself you're going to have free property and you're going to sell it and you're going to rock back and you're going to do what you want, you inherit a debit because of calling input. All I talk now, all I want to rush, put on all your speed, man. Get on a bicycle, jump on all your motorbike and rush down now to BIR to full up all your property tax. When I telling all you, hey, you say that? I ain't falling for that. Calling member cannot bully me. You cannot bully me with a legislation that if I don't submit my property tax, I have to pay $5,000. Now everybody who submit property tax now, because of the fear of $5,000, let me tell you something. I hope all you could maintain it, you know. I hope all you could maintain it, you know. Because if all you can maintain it, all you leaving all your children in debit. Talk now. That is minister all you want. That is finance minister all you want. So take what you get now. The 2024, water going up, telephone going up, internet going up, light bill going up, cost of living going up, transport going up, groceries going up, clothes going up. Property tax now. What them long people say? Put in a pipe and smoke it? All you do that. But listen to me. Now, switching gears a bit. Pupils from the St. Teresa and the Pool RC Primary we are 7. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, I want to hear from all you.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
So welcome back to Real Talk. I hope all you're happy, but I have some news for all you again. Now, however, Senator Arnold Roberts stated that not everyone has a rich lawyer. You know, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not rich. To take over or pay property tax after their relative have passed away. Listen to this.
And then the Honorable Minister said he's going to define deferral for us, as if we need his intellect. The day I need his intellect is when I come down from 5'10.5" to something shorter. I don't need his assistance in understanding deferral. Deferral, he said, well, elderly people who cannot afford his property tax, it will be deferred until, for in perpetuity, whatever he said, until they're dead, right? So 20 years, deferral. And then, miraculously, all these elderly people will have a rich lawyer daughter. Really? They have so many? That's what his argument was. That when the tax accumulates and is deferred, when the unfortunate event occurs and elderly people pass on, that whoever is left to inherit the property will have to pay every last cent. And his justification is that the child go be rich. Where is he living? What fantasy world does that Honorable Minister of Finance live in to come in this Senate and talk that kind of nonsense? There are people out there, the middle class has been decimated. Since 2015, it is costing the middle class between 40,000 and 80,000 extra annually to have a PNM Prime Minister rather than a UNC Prime Minister.
So Trinidad and Tobago, let me do a little maths here. $36,000 a year. Good? That is your yearly value. $36,000 for 12 months. That is your annual rental value. Okay? Grandpa or mommy or daddy have 60 years, 63 years and collecting pension. They apply to BIR. Okay, you disqualify, you can't pay your deferral. 63 and they die at 73. That's 10 years. $36,000 a year for 10 years. That's how much? $360,000. I just placed a 10-year bracket span. 10 years. Because from 63 you collect pension, you can't pay your annual rental value of $36,000 a year. You live for 10 years, boom shot, mommy or daddy come and die. You have 10 years of property tax to pay at $36,000 a year. When mommy die or daddy die, I Saieed now have to have $360,000 in order to pay property tax because daddy couldn't make it. Where on God's earth now, Saieed is going to get $360,000 to pay off papi debt? Is that real talk? Or is that nonsense real talk? I'll come to Trinidad and Tobago. Get all your maths together. Get all your maths together. Now, as Imbert said, only the BIR can notify taxpayers regarding to the amount of property tax they are required to pay. Only the BIR. So after 10 years now, watch me now. I tell him a little dollar here. Well, you know when daddy die, daddy gonna give me the property, you know. So I mean I could afford to give my children the property. You know, me and you do darling. We go give papi grandson the property now. We giving papi grandson a debit of $360,000 with that 12-year-old child or that 10-year-old child or even Saieed gonna get $360,000 to pay off papi debt. All I just heard the Minister of Finance, Clungenbud, said that to you, the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And then you go on to say Saieed bashing. Let me tell you something. Hence the reason why we remain the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Because of the straight facts and the reality that we face in Trinidad and Tobago are bringing to all you. And then allowed us to side bashing. No side bashing, side educating you all on the clumsy head ministers we have governing Trinidad and Tobago. And you want me to sit by and watch this man bully me? All you come now, man. All you come now, man. Take all your time now, man. Not Saieed. Not this Muslim. Not this man they call Saieed Ali. Not this money lender. Not this director of Real Talk. Hell no. Hell no. Boy. So here it is now. That's a bacchanal. We're going up to St. Teresa and the Pool RC School. Now, they will both be housed at the downstairs level of the St. Teresa RC Primary School in Rio Claro until repairs are completed. Remember we highlighted the story about the school? The Chief Executive Officer of the Catholic Education Board of Management, Sharon Mungru, revealed this yesterday. Remember, I think it's today's Thursday night. Wednesday night we would have highlighted that issue. Wednesday, Mungru related that to Trinidad and Tobago. However, this is an update, viewers. However, the decision does not sit well with the Parents and Teachers Association. President Elizabeth of the St. Teresa School, who stated, "We are not budgeting, or we are not budging, and we are demanding the right to occupy our schools." You can't blame the parents. You can't blame them. Now, in 2019, following structural issue with the Pool RC Primary School, 88 pupils were relocated to the ground floor of the St. Teresa School, while 76 students of the St. Teresa pupil were moved to the upper floor. Let me tell you something again worse. Again worse. Contacted yesterday, Mungru said electrical work were ongoing and she was in the process of getting the data on the material needed to do the work on the flooring. You will tell me we have a minister and a Ministry of Education and they so slack? So Gasly Dolly, what intention do you have now on schools in Trinidad and Tobago? Are you going to post the list of schools that you spend hundreds of millions of dollars on? Or do I have to demand you on national television? Let me tell you something, 2024, we don't no lackadaisical minister, you know. We don't need no lackadaisical minister, because I will tell you on national television, all you're worth nothing. All you might have a little wealth because of the job all you're in. But all you're worth nothing to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, because all you're doing nothing. What's that a long talk and big talk and where you reach? No goddamn way. 2024, you see this Muslim, you see this man called Saieed Ali? I just got a little more stink. I just got a little more stink. So, moving further up now, viewers. We have a few minutes left. A few minutes left on our program for tonight. But nevertheless, retired fire officers are now disappointed in how those in authority are handling the 4 outstanding allowance payment plus 400 plus former fire officers. Yesterday, a small group of officers protested outside the fire service headquarters on Ryson Road on Port of Spain to show their continued disgust over how their matter is being handled. Imagine these retired fire officers, retired fire officers. Former firefighter who summoned up his outstanding payment to $40,000 said their protest was not just about retirees, but for the current officers who may face the same issue when they retire. It's sad, you know. Imagine this group of people, this group of officers protesting not only on their behalf, you know, but for officers to come after them. It's sad, it's stinking sad in Trinidad and Tobago. He also said The retirees need their back pay and have not heard anything about that. He said several retirees officers are injured and have not been getting assistance from the fire service. So which means the fire service lackadaisical there and all. Contacted yesterday, Fire Officer Association President Guy called on the National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines to resolve the issue so that these officers can enjoy their retirement and their fruit of their labor. Well said. Well said. Guy couldn't have said it better. You think, Fitzy, you think you alone want to enjoy all the money and the nice thing you have when you retire? No, it have other people want to enjoy it too. It have other people. But you see, 2024 is where Real Talk with Saieed Ali, we're shifting in a new gear. We're shifting in a new angle. We're taking a different approach. It's no more lay back. It's no more stand back and watch. It's no more asking. It's no more begging. Fitzy, I will demand of you. Gatsby Dolly, I will demand of you. Call him in, I will demand of you, short as he is. Short as he is. We're doing something different on Real Talk. We're doing something different. Let me tell you something. If the opposition wants to be lackadaisical, they could go right ahead and be lackadaisical. If the present administration, if those ministers just want to dress nice and look good and ride Prados, let me tell you something. All have a different thing coming. All you have a different thing coming. Because people are going to be telling all you, sides thinking all you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, especially to ministers. You are a minister, I am a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago. All you have business running, I have business running. All you traveling in plane, I traveling in plane. All you dressing in nice suits, I dress in nice suits. All you staying at Hyatt, I staying at Hyatt. All you driving Porsche and Range Rover, I driving Porsche and Range Rover. All you have clothes to go to court, I have clothes to go to court. All you have nice lawyers, I have nice lawyers. Allah come now, but one thing I do in that Allah cannot do. Nothing. I could light a light and demand something to happen to all you. What Allah going to do? Allah can't do that. Allah can't do that. And that is why, come 2024, brace all yourself. You see the health minister? The health minister went on a broadcast and said, oh, it have a loudmouth man on TV. Will you ever hear he said anything about loudmouth man on TV again? I set an example one time and I'm done with it. I told him on national television, the next time you call me loudmouth man on TV, you will get in an accident that you may not survive. But for months we ain't hear nothing about Terrence. Terry! It's months we didn't hear nothing about him. 2024 is a demand. It's get it done, otherwise I know how to get it done through all year. So viewers, you are viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Don't forget, our Friday night show is going to be good for you. Stay tuned. Until we meet again, good night.